Hey lovelies, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Zay, and today I am going over exactly how I grew 12 inches in a year. I know it sounds too good to be true, but the results simply don't lie, and even you all noticed it, and that is what made me decide to make this video. So if you're ready to learn how to unlock 1 inch of hair growth every month and know what I did to achieve that, make sure you watch this video all the way to the end. Hype it up so more people can see this video. It helps the channel a lot. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. And without further ado, let's hop right into this video. So between 2022 and 2023, I grew 12 inches plus of hair in a year. This is my hair blown out in 2022. This is my hair silk pressed in 2023. That there is a huge difference. And the technique that I used to unlock this amount of growth is called growth training, which is essentially putting your hair in an environment that allows your hair follicles to push out hair as fast as it can. You've probably never heard of this term before because I coined it after I learned that I could train my hair to actually grow at faster and faster rates depending on the techniques and routines and methods I use in my natural hair routine. So let's dive into exactly what you need to do to growth train your hair so you can also grow your hair at faster and faster rates and therefore reach your hair growth goals much quicker. You need 3 things in order to growth train your hair. Nutrients in every single step of your natural hair care routine. I'm going to break that down in just a moment. You need protective styles and you need time. We're going to start with the first pillar that I mentioned, which is nutrients at every step of your routine. Our hair is made up of 80% protein, and when our hair follicles are going to create new hair, they pull nutrients, including protein, from our bloodstream to push out that new growth. So what we can do is supplement the nutrients that our hair follicles pull from our blood. So that means that if we give our hair follicles additional nutrients, that will help them create new hair at a faster rate. We can supplement them by putting the nutrients on our hair externally, or we can supplement by giving our bodies nutrients orally and internally. What I do is all topical. So far it makes sense, right? If you give your hair follicles more than what it may be receiving from your bloodstream, it will allow your hair follicles to create hair growth at a faster rate. Simple. Here's where it gets tricky. The key to growth training is that you need to be introducing nutritional value at every single step of your natural hair routine on a yearly, monthly, weekly, and daily basis at every single step of your natural hair routine over time. Let me give you an example. I will use my wash day. The typical wash day process is someone will wash their hair. They'll just put their head under the water, shampoo, get it cleaned, and they'll detangle. Then they'll put a deep conditioner on or maybe some kind of treatment, leave it in, rinse it out again, maybe do a wash and go or some kind of style and go about their day, right? Here is the growth training version of that. Before I even touch a bottle of shampoo, I install a treatment the day before my wash day, also known as a pre-poo. That pre-poo consists of aloe, olive oil. You can actually watch how I create it and install it in this video up here. I'm gonna put it up here somewhere so you can watch that process. I let that thing sit all day and overnight. I also take the opportunity to detangle my hair and section my hair into parts so that for my wash day, I am manipulating my hair the least amount. When you go in the day before and detangle your hair and give it a hair treatment, that allows for your wash day to be easier, faster, and less stressful on your hair. I break down this process in this video up here so you can hear it more in depth. The day of my wash day, I then go and install another treatment. That is my protein treatment that I practically at this point swear by, and that so many lovelies who have already been using and seeing amazing results from. I then put that in and I let that sit for at least 1 hour. And that 1 hour usually turns into 3, 4, sometimes even 8 hours, depending on what I have to do in that day. Then, after I have let both of those treatments sit, I wash my hair. And when I wash my hair with my sulfate shampoo, yes, I use a sulfate shampoo, my hair is extremely soft, extremely detangled, conditioned beyond belief. And because I have taken the time to really inject and create an environment for my hair and scalp to be so fed with nutrients, my hair responds, my hair health responds, and most importantly, the purpose of this video is talking about hair growth. My hair follicles respond, and I'm able to grow my hair and reach my hair goals much faster. This is what my hair looks like as of 2025, and the only reason why my hair is not all the way down to my thighs or something like that is because I've slowed down using this growth training system because I've already reached my hair goal. Once I hit tailbone length, I was satisfied. So I slowed down, but as you see, my hair is still growing and I'm still reaching longer lengths, and I'm able to retain my length. That's another video I made up here that you can watch up here. I'm able to retain my length also because of this growth training system. So when you commit to putting your natural hair and scalp in an environment that gives it everything it needs to be fortified, to be strong, to be healthy, to be conditioned, so that way you're not having to manipulate it as much, it's not drying out as much, it's not breaking off as much. Your hair, like all of these factors come together to allow you to reach your hair goals at a much faster rate. Think about it. When your hair is dry, that means that it's more susceptible to breaking off. If your hair is breaking off faster than it's growing, you're not going to be able to reach your hair goals as fast as possible. That's also why this growth training system, it's not just about growing your hair as fast as it can, it's also going to help you retain the length that you grow. Because if you're not retaining your hair length, you can kiss reaching your hair goals goodbye. So you need to be able to retain the hair that you have already grown so that when that new growth comes in, it's contributing to the overall length of your hair. But if your hair is growing and it's breaking off, and it's growing and it's breaking off, instead of seeing your hair getting longer, it's actually going to be getting shorter, and that's what we don't want. My wash day is an example of how I am doing my absolute best in every single step of my hair care routine to give my hair everything it needs to thrive over a long period of time. I'm giving my hair a moisturizing treatment, so that way, like I said, I'm fending off dryness, which means I'm fending off breakage. I'm giving my hair a protein treatment, which means I'm giving my hair follicles what they need, the supplemental, I talked about this earlier, the supplemental nutrients they need to make new hair follicles. So I'm promoting hair growth. Since my hair is conditioned, I'm not fighting with my hair. It's very easy for me to go in and do whatever it is that I need to do with my hair. Even when it's like this, my hair is still super conditioned and still super detangled. So it is so easy for me to just separate this, put my hair in some braids, and that means that it's easy for me to keep my hair protected, which means I am making sure that I am retaining my length. So as you see, all of these steps meld into one another to give your hair the best possible chance of growing faster, healthier, thicker, longer, and stronger, okay, and reaching your hair goals as fast as you possibly can. I mean, when I looked at those pictures side by side, I was even surprised. I thought that the time difference between those two pictures was like 2 years, maybe 3. But the fact that it was 1 year later, mind-boggling to say the least. I was just as surprised as you are, and I'm just taking you through the steps that I used to get that. So these 2 points that I'm about to go over are very important as you adopt the growth training system to help you grow your natural hair. One is that your health does play a role. So if you are deficient in iron, vitamin D, if you have hormone imbalances, if you struggle with your thyroid. These are things that can 100% impact your hair growth. So you want to be making sure that you are healthy. Get your labs done, ask your doctors to test those levels so that your efforts in your natural hair growth journey is not being thwarted by what's going on inside. In other words, if you are putting a whole bunch of topical treatments on your hair or even taking a whole bunch of oral supplements, that doesn't mean that it will yield the results you're looking for if something's not right within. So make sure that you are doing what you need to do to take care of your physical health so that it can manifest as long, luscious hair growth on the outside. The next thing that I want to go over, a lot of people make the mistake of throwing every single thing that they see online at their natural hair and being surprised when they're getting the opposite result, right? They throw, clove and neem and rosemary and amla and fenugreek smoothie at their hair every 3 days, and then they wash their hair once a week, and then they're doing all of these things, and then instead of super long hair growth, their hair is breaking off. Instead of super moisturized hair, their hair is dry and it's not getting moisturized no matter how much conditioner they put on it. My point here is in saying that is, don't make that mistake. When you are developing your growth training routine, you need to have balance. You need to balance super strong ingredients like clove, like rice, like neem, with things that still promote hair growth but aren't as strong, like aloe, like flax seeds, like avocado oil or olive oil. You need to have balance. You can't take all of your strongest, all of the strongest, most potent natural hair growth materials and throw it at your hair that has never even experienced a consistent natural hair growth routine. You can't just go from 0 to 100 and then just expect that that's going to yield the hair growth results that you are looking for. Nothing happens overnight, and that goes into one of the points that I mentioned at the beginning of this video, which is that you need time. You need to build up your hair's ability, your hair and your scalp's ability to take on those stronger ingredients. You can't just take rice that's been fermenting for a week because you heard that the longer the rice ferments, the stronger it's going to be, and then throw it on your hair that has never even done one singular protein treatment consistently, right? You cannot do that. By doing that, you're putting yourself and your natural hair in an environment where you are going to fail before you even get a chance to start. If you don't have a standing natural hair routine that you have essentially trained your natural hair to be able to take higher levels of protein, more intense hair growth treatments, you just go from nothing to the strongest treatments out there. What's going to happen is you're going to say to yourself, all right, I'm ready to take my natural hair seriously, and I'm going to go all the way to the top. I'm going to put this stuff on my hair, and if this doesn't work, then I'm done with it. And what's going to happen is you're going to get what you were expecting. Your hair will probably dry out, seize up, break off. You're going to be heartbroken. You're going to be so sad. You're going to use it as another reason to hate your natural hair, to, ignore it, neglect it, neglect that part of yourself, feel like it's not beautiful, feel like nothing works out in that way, and just go back to what you've always done until you're pulled back again. It's just a knowing, because it's a part of us. You're pulled back in again to try again, and you're going to be starting back from ground zero, right? And waste a lot of time, waste a lot of emotional energy, waste a lot of resources, and you just don't have to do that. You will get further by starting out as a beginner than you will trying to throw your hair into the league with, the big dogs and be really disappointed because your hair and your scalp can't keep up. So, balance. You need to have a balanced routine that's going to be strong but gentle on your hair at the same time. You don't want to overwhelm your hair, put yourself back on your natural hair journey. That's not what we're here for. We're here to always go forward and be making progress. And in order to do that, you need to be honest with yourself, pace yourself, because you can always go higher and stronger later. You can always do that, but you have to work yourself up to it. Now is also the time for me to mention to you that if you want to know my balanced and effective recipes that I use to unlock 1 inch plus of hair growth in a month, you should grab my growth training textbook. It is full of the recipes, techniques, routines, and methods that I use to unlock 12 inches of growth in a year, and that plenty of people are already using and getting amazing results from. I mean, I've developed these routines, these recipes over a decade. So I've already done the research, I've already done the work, so you don't have to go in and do all of the Google searches and YouTube searches trying to find the perfect growth training routine for you. I've already created it. It's gentle but very strong. It's gentle but very effective. You see the results. The proof is in the pudding. So head to justforblackgirls.com/shop, grab my growth training 101 textbook. It not only has the recipes that I use to reach my hair goals and that others are using to reach theirs, but it also breaks down in depth what growth training is and how you can use it to your benefit to achieve your hair goals as fast as possible. And not only just achieve your hair goals as fast as possible, but doing it without hurting yourself and without hurting your natural hair. So now that we've discussed what a growth training wash day looks like, you can get the idea for what I do in the rest of my routine. After my wash day, I go and style my hair. I try to use the least amount of store-bought products as possible because, like I said, nutrients is the key. So in my styling routine, I style with water, aloe vera, conditioner, and I also use my rice water spray. That is how I do my hair. Then, while my hair is styled throughout the week, when I was using the growth training system like I was supposed to, I will spray my hair with rice water spray and my aloe vera spray to make sure that I'm still giving my hair and my scalp the moisture, the nutrients, the protein that is going to help my hair follicles push out hair at a faster rate. Healthier, thicker, longer, and stronger hair at a faster rate. Doing this over time allowed my hair to reach the point where I grew 1 inch of hair in a month consistently for a year. I used to measure how much hair I was growing when I first started my hair growth journey, and I was growing 1/2 inch of growth a month. My hair growth accelerated as a result of the growth training system to 1 inch plus of hair growth in a month. And that is what allowed me to go from this to this in a year. Like I said, if you have any hormone imbalances or nutritional deficiencies, I highly recommend, I stress to you, that you get those back on track in your body because they will 100% impact your hair growth. So if you want to give yourself the best chance of reaching your hair goals as fast as possible, get your hormones balanced, get your nutritional deficiencies back up to where they're supposed to be, and your hair growth is going to thank you. It's going to manifest in your hair. Lastly, I have to remind you to grab the Growth Training 101 textbook if you just want all of these things laid out for you in a clear, detailed, straightforward breakdown that you can follow, from my recipes to my techniques to my routines to my methods, every single thing that I've done to reach these results, have them be gentle but strong on your natural hair so that way you're not hurting yourself or your natural hair in the process. Go to justforblackgirls.com/shop, grab the Growth Training 101 textbook, and put yourself on the path to achieving your natural hair goals today. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it this far, make sure you leave a like, hype this video up, subscribe, and leave a comment so that way it helps the channel grow. It helps me continue to make these videos and for these videos to reach many more people. So if you made it this far, dropping a pink heart and telling me what your favorite tip in this video will help me out a lot. And until next time, lovelies, bye.